Greetings. Today is July 25th, 2013. I just left the Valdosta-Lowndes County Jail. After going out there on behalf of a mother concerning her child, before I can get off of the property, I was approached by two citizens, females, who had a story to tell about how they feel their rights were violated once again. I'm going to give you more about these two incidents in the near future. Now look, if I had not been stopped and told about these two incidents, I wouldn't have nothing to record. I wouldn't have a story to tell. But I cannot understand how the people in Valdosta and Lowndes County can continue to go to church, mosques, synagogues, temples, and back to their homes, to ignore their fellow human beings being treated in ways that we would only expect according to what we've been told in civics lessons. To only think that these things would happen in China, Russia, or some other third world communist nation. These two particular cases, when I began to unravel them and let you know what is going on here with the probation system, is going to shock you if you have a heart. And I cannot understand how so many Valdostians and Lowndes Countyans can work and know that these things are taking place and not be outraged as I am. Now look, please understand as I close this out, I am slightly above average intelligence according to the military. But if I was a special needs man, I could understand how the pain must be. Let me repeat. I can understand how great the pain must be for the people when they try to report what is going on to their pastor or to civil rights organizations locally in Atlanta or in Baltimore, Maryland, or Chicago, Illinois, or MSNBC, and nobody will listen to them. Nobody will publish their story. It is like we are backing up. It is as if we are backing up from what the founding fathers of this great republic gave so much to establish here in the United States of America. Now, if you are wondering, why do I do what I'm doing? Well, according to my friends that sit down at the coffee pot with me. They call me crazy. They say, Rhymes, why do you keep doing what you're doing when the lawyers, the doctors, the imams, the rabbis, and other just good common folk don't say anything? They don't care. What makes you care when others could care less? Well, maybe it's because my Jesus is not their Jesus. Just maybe my Muhammad and my Allah are not their Allah. Just maybe my Moses, the son of Amram and Yoshabel Moses, is not the Moses of others who dip in the midst of what's going on in our world. But let me close for real. If I could serve my nation like the soldiers now serving on active duty at Fort Benning, off of Air Force Base, Nebraska, and throughout the diaspora of the United States of America and on foreign soil, talking about they are fighting and serving for the freedoms of foreigners, but are not willing to fight for the rights of their own mothers, fathers, sisters and brothers, and their neighbors across the street. And so, if we can ignore our neighbors and our friends, and in too many cases, even our enemies, if we can ignore them, pretty soon, and I do mean pretty soon, they're going to be knocking on your door with no search warrants, breaking down your door when you haven't done anything. Listen, you haven't done anything. Then, when they knock on your door, you're going to call Governor Nathan Deal. You're going to call the Georgia Attorney General. You're going to call your congressman, your senator, and others. You're going to call your pastors. But they're not going to say nothing. What you going to do then? Or when they arrest your child for nothing, like they arrested me. Well, no, they didn't arrest me, but they could have. But like they put me on a criminal trespass warning to stay off all properties of the Lowndes County School System. And yet, I violated no law. I violated no law. Georgia Attorney General knows about it. I'm sure that the governor of the state of Georgia are aware of it. I know the sheriff department know about it. I know the chief of police know about it. I know the state NAACP, SCLC, and the United States Justice Department are aware of it. But we in a nation now that we've lost it. We have lost it, y'all. And the strange thing about it, nobody cares. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They don't care about your children. All they care about is Dr. Green. Dr. Green is all they understand. They'll smile in your face when they're actually mean, but they want your dollar, and that's what they want. So, the Supreme Court judges, we understand you. We understand why you turn thumbs down on the voting rights for black people. We understand that. But it's a new day now. Black folk are waking up. You didn't want us to go to school. You fought. You didn't want us educated. You wanted us to deteriorate. But the God of our ancestors said, the bottom rail gonna come to the top. And so we understand now why you didn't want us to become educated, because we would understand that education is only a word. But when you look inside of the word education, means to pull out what is already within, because God put that within us as a people to care about somebody outside of ourselves. I'm gonna leave you now, but trust me, we are going to talk about the public defender's office and how inmates get what they call representation. And yet, the defender's office only see the clients the day before they are due to appear in court. In some cases, they don't see them until they get to court, I'm told. Now look, I've never been in trouble with the law except being accused of criminal trespass warning after the death of a 17-year-old student, Kendrick Johnson. So I'm gonna say again, I'm hoping that one day somebody in the state of Georgia will pick up their phones, write me a letter, and tell me that they are looking into what's going on here in Valdosta in Lowndes County, Georgia. Because believe it or not, sooner or later, the God that I serve will intervene, and he will make a difference here in Valdosta in Lowndes County, Georgia. Once again, we had better wake up, y'all. We had better wake up. We had better wake up. And you see, the thing about it is that the people who work in these different places, they are good people in the defender's office, in the sheriff's department, the police department, in the prison system, and in city and county governments, even in state jobs, in high positions. They'll tell me behind closed doors, Ryan, we appreciate what you're doing, man. We need help. We can't talk, but we sure as hell appreciate what you're doing. And so I understand that. And I'm not just talking about black folk. This is why I say black folk gotta stop blaming all white folk. Because there are a lot of white folk who understand what's going on. And a lot of them are giving us information that we would not get otherwise. To all the white right people, I want to say to you, thank you. And don't fall back under the spell of the Leviathan. Bye-bye, we gone.